Hello, this is our literature professor at UFNT, and we Coil students are interviewing her. So let's go there.
Professor, what major changes have you observed in English language teaching over the past 20 years?
There has been a shift from traditional grammar-based methods to more communicative, student-centered approaches, especially with the integration of technology. However, in northern Brazil, public schools still face challenges in implementing these changes effectively.
Diana, which methodologies or approach do you consider most effective when teaching English in multicultural or multilingual cities?
Well, task-based and content-integrated approaches work well, especially when language is taught through meaningful contexts. And my children's experience in Portuguese public school, where English was taught alongside other subjects, showed how this method fosters deeper engagement.
Hello, Professor. From your experience, what are the main challenges students face when learning English as a foreign language, and how will you address them?
Well, students often struggle with confidence and the lack of exposure. In Tocantins, limited access to qualified teachers and resources deepens this gap. And I address it by incorporating literature, visuals, and interactive discussions to make learning more accessible and relevant.
What role do emotions and motivation play in English learning? Do you apply any social-emotional strategies in your classes?
They are crucial, especially for students with a limited language background, and I use literature to expose emotions and create connections while encouraging group work and storytelling to build confidence and emotional safety.
How do you access the development of real communicative competence in your students? What kind of activities promote these skills?
I prioritize oral presentations, debates, and reflexive writing, and this helps students move beyond memorizing and using the language purposefully, even at beginner levels.
How do you encourage critical thinking and intercultural reflection in your English lesson?
I use literary text to discuss identity, culture, and global issues. Students reflect on their realities and compare them with others, which enhances both language skills and cultural.
Nayana, what advice would you give to early career English teachers?
Well, start with empathy and patience. Know your students' reality and adapt your methods, even in resource-poor contexts. Creativity and connections can make a difference.
Good evening, teacher. In your opinion, what is the future of English language teaching in the era of artificial intelligence and global learning platform?
Well, I think AI tools will help personalize learning, but they must be accessible to all, and teachers in underprivileged areas will still play a key role in guiding, humanizing, and contextualizing the learning process.
What difference have you noticed how English is taught in Mexico, the United States, and Brazil or Latin American countries, both in terms of methodology and educational policy?
While living in Portugal, I noticed that English was introduced in early education through playful methods, storytelling, songs, and theater, creating positive emotional connection with the language. In upper primary grades, instruction became more structured, using textbooks entirely in English and with a strong emphasis on dialogue, oral presentations, and integration with music classes. In contrast, in northern Brazil, especially in Tocantins, English is often taught in isolation with limited resources and little continuity across grades, making language development more fragmented and challenging.